Australia and New Zealand have many common links. Both countries were recently settled by Europeans, are predominantly English speaking, and in that sense share a common culture dash. The mistake here, it has to be cultural first of all. And let's look at the option. So if the word is cultural, what can come with it? They share a cultural tradition. No, tradition and culture itself are two different elements. So we'll say cultural legacy, custom, heritage. Cultural heritage is a term. It basically means whatever culture has been brought forward from the past generations till now, that is called cultural heritage. Although in close proximity to one another, both countries are geographically isolated and have small populations by world dash. So means if we compare it with the world, the population is very small. So what can come here is they are isolated, they have small populations by world. Morals, principles and values are from the context, and you want to say what is right and what is wrong, then we use the words morals, ethics, principles, values. But here we are not talking about right or wrong thing. We are making a comparison of Australia and New Zealand's population with the what population is the standard population of the world, other parts of the world. So we can say compared with world standards, they have very less population. They have similar histories and enjoy close relations on many fronts. In terms of population dash, Australia and New Zealand have much in common. So in terms of population, character, characteristics, self and personality. So we are not talking about one character or one personality, because they say much in common. So obviously there will be multiple things, only then we can find out what are common things out of all 10, 20, 30, whatever things are there. So plural answer, we'll go with in terms of population characteristics. Out of all the characteristics, there are many things in common. Both countries have minority population. So which kind of population is in minority in Australia? Original and duplicate are not the words to describe populations. Indigenous and you can say international. So indigenous means born in that particular country, and international migrants like coming from the other countries. Local and foreign, but local and foreign does not have to do anything with the birth of a person. Basically it talks about residency. The local people means who live here permanently, and foreigners means who don't live here permanently. But the better word to talk about birth and living, both of the things, is indigenous. So their own populations, their indigenous populations are in minority, and during the latter half of the 20th century have seen a steady stream of migrants from a variety of regions throughout the world. Both countries have dash similar dash infertility since the high levels recorded during the baby boom. So with have comes third form of verb, and what is the context we are talking about? Both countries have dash similar dash infertility. So maybe rates of fertility. So rate of fertility is something that we can experience. We cannot say have skilled, practiced or qualified. It means they have faced similar dash infertility since the high levels recorded during the baby boom, and alongside this have enjoyed the benefits of continually improving life expectancy. One consequence of these trends is that both countries are faced with an aging population. So it will be they have experienced similar except infertility. No, it has to be acceptance for to be grammatically right. First of all, they have experienced something, so we need a noun. Rejects cannot be the noun. Accept is not a noun. Declines can be a noun. Decline can be a verb as well as a noun. Similarly, like increase can be a verb as well as a noun also. And dimmer means a kind of objection. So when you don't agree with someone and you raise your objection, is dimmer. So it's better to go with declines, because at least it's a verb. That what did they experience? They experienced declines. Since the high level, since here is referring to this time. So they wanted to say that from the time that they experienced high levels, after that they have been experiencing decline in their fertility rates. One consequence of these trends is that both countries are faced with an aging population and the challenge of providing appropriate care and support. And the connected, linked, associated and related, they are quite similar words, but Associated comes when we want to say that something comes along with the previous thing. That means if the previous thing happens, the next will automatically come along with that. So here it will be, they are facing the problem of aging population, and with this problem automatically comes the challenge of providing care and support. In that case, we don't say related, connected or linked, because related, connected and linked things don't automatically always come. They can have some relationship to the previous mentioned thing, but not the automatic consequence. So associated is only when you want to say it is always coming with the previous thing.